With so many conspiracy theories out there, it's hard to keep track of them all. Welcome to What We Know, where we try to uncover the histories and mysteries of the world by presenting all different theories out there, and the only narrative we push is this. Here's what we know, make up your own mind.
An underground military base or laboratory in Dulce, New Mexico connects with the underground network of tunnels which honeycombs our planet, and the lower levels of this base are allegedly under the control of inner Earth beings or aliens. This base is connected to the Los Alamos research facilities via an underground tube shuttle. It can be assumed that such a shuttleway would be a straight line construction. It should then be possible by using maps and some deduction to determine the most likely location of this base, especially since the general location is already known. Beginning in 1947, a road was built near the Dulce Base under the cover of a lumber company. No lumber was ever hauled, and the road was later destroyed. Navajo Dam is the Dulce Base's main source of power, though a second source is in El Vado, which is also another entrance. Note, the above facts should also help to locate the base. Most of the lakes near Dulce were made via government grants for the Indians. Note, the September 1983 issue of Omni, page 80, has a color drawing of the Subterrane, the Los Alamos nuclear-powered tunnel machine that burrows through the rock deep underground by heating whatever stone it encounters into molten rock, which cools after the Subterrane has moved on. The result is a tunnel with a smooth, glazed lining. Note, where would the molten rock go? And what has been done with this concept since 1983. Dulce is a sleepy little town in northern New Mexico with a population of 900, located 7,000 feet above sea level in the Jicarillo Apache Indian Reservation. There is only one major motel and a few stores. It's not a resort town, and it is not bustling with activity, but according to a few outsiders, Dulce harbors a deep, dark secret. The secret is harbored deep below the tangled brush of Archuleta Mesa. The secret is said to be a joint government alien biogenetic laboratory designed to carry out bizarre experiments on humans and animals. New Mexico State Police Officer Gabe Valdez was drawn into the mysteries of Dulce when called to investigate a mutilated cow in a pasture 13 miles east of Dulce on the Manuel Gomez Ranch. Gomez had lost 4 cattle to mutilations between 1976 and June of 1978, when a team of investigators, which included Tom Adams, arrived from Paris, Texas, to examine the site of the carcasses. Curious as to how cattle were being selected by the mysterious mutilators, an interesting experiment was conducted on July 5, 1978, by Valdez, Gomez, and retired scientist Howard Burgess. They pinned up about 120 of the Gomez beef cattle and moved them through a squeeze chute under an ultraviolet light. They found a glittery substance on the right side of the neck, the right ear, and the right leg. Samples of the affected hides were removed, as well as control samples from the same animals. Schoenfeld Clinical Laboratories in Albuquerque analyzed the samples and found significant deposits of potassium and magnesium. The potassium content was 70 times above normal. Some investigators attribute the mutilations to aliens from UFOs. UFOs have been seen frequently around Dulce. Sightings of strange lights and other aerial phenomena have been reported in many areas where the cows have been found at the time of the reported mutilation. On April 19, 1988, I arrived in Dulce to visit with Gabe Valdez and inquire about the sightings, the mutilations, and the rumors of an underground alien base. Snow was still on the ground. I checked into the Best Western Motel and called Valdez to make an appointment to see me at 9:30 p.m. I found Gabe to be a very congenial host, offering to show me around the roads of Dulce that night and point out some various locations where he had found mutilated cows or had seen strange aerial lights. He made the astounding statement that he was still seeing unidentified aircraft at the rate of 1 every 2 nights. We took a look at the Gomez Ranch, the road by the Navajo River, and the imposing Archuleta Mesa. Gabe had found landing tracks and crawler marks near the site of the mutilations and was convinced that scientist Paul Benowitz of Thunder Scientific Labs in Albuquerque was definitely on the right track in his attempts to locate the underground alien facility in the vicinity of Dulce. No one knew for sure where the facility was located or how humans or aliens gained secret entry to the facility. I had first heard of Paul Benowitz in 1980 when my friend Walter called me from Albuquerque and told me he had been working with Paul on electronic instruments. Walter informed me that Paul had not only photographed UFOs, but had established a communication link with their underground base at Dulce. Benowitz had first come to prominence during the August 1980 sightings over the Manzano weapons storage area at Kirtland Air Force Base. A Kirtland Air Force Base incident report dated October 28, 1980, mentions that Benowitz had taken film of the UFOs over Kirtland. Paul, who was president of the Thunder Scientific Labs, which was adjacent to Kirtland, gave a briefing in Albuquerque detailing how he had seen the aliens on a video screen. At the time, the aliens were transmitting signals to him from a base underneath Archuleta Mesa. Researcher William Moore claims that the government agents became interested in Benowitz's activities and were trying to defuse him by pumping as much disinformation through him as he could absorb. Whether Paul's communication with supposed aliens at the Dulce base was part of this disinformation campaign is unclear. If we believe that Paul is the single source of reports on the Dulce facility, then discounting Paul's story and discrediting him could be a tactical maneuver. The actual disinformation maneuver would result in making the public believe there was nothing to the Dulce story.
The Antichrist exists and is present upon the world stage today. This video will reveal what, not who, it is, and how this author came to such a conclusion independently of other sources. Even though his thesis is now being espoused by others who have likewise come to this conclusion through their own inspiration or logical deduction, they have not been influenced by me, nor I by them. This revelation will need an explanatory preface to elucidate and argue the point. We must begin by understanding that the principles of esoteric Christianity, which hold the key to identifying the Antichrist, are vastly different from the theology of exoteric Christianity.
If you enjoy this video and want to see more like it, please consider subscribing to us and hitting the like button. Feel free to write a comment below and suggest which theory you want to see next. If you'd like to further support this channel, please consider joining. Our membership link will be found in the description box below. We appreciate your support, and as always, thanks for watching.